Hey everybody, today is Monday, October 28th, 2024, and we are back here in Clermont, Florida, back at a place I brought you guys out to maybe a little bit over a month ago at this point. I brought you guys out here to see something pretty amazing, something pretty epic, something pretty awesome, and I was hoping we could actually start the video out from that amazing, awesome, epic location, but unfortunately, we are not actually able to access that whole entire area right now due to the fact of what I'm looking at right now. There is a reason why that lady down there has a kayak. The reason is because that is the only way in which she can actually get to her home. I was just talking to her and she said that's it. She needs the kayak to actually get to her house. We are back here at Emerald Lakes, and as you can see, the whole entire place has completely flooded out. This whole entire modular home community has completely flooded. I was driving down the highway and I saw this and had to pull over, had to document this, had to check this out. This whole area here, this whole entire community is completely flooded. The lady actually pulled over. I was talking to her for a little bit. She was saying she has lived here for many years. They had some flooding a couple of years ago, nothing too crazy though. She says this is the worst she has ever seen this area. This is the worst this area has ever been damaged by flooding, by a hurricane coming through. And now, just to get to her home, she has to kayak, which is crazy to think that in order to get to your house, just to get to your home, you've got to hop into a kayak because of the flooding. You cannot actually drive to your house at the moment. So the hurricane came through maybe about 2.5 weeks ago. I think at this point, it's almost 3 weeks ago. Hurricane Milton came through the area, did some pretty bad damage to Florida. If you lived out on the Gulf Coast, you know, that whole area completely ravaged. Places like Tampa was just completely destroyed. The Gulf Coast did not do very well when Hurricane Milton came through. Thankfully, here in the central Florida area, we fared a little bit better from what I was hearing on the news. This area did not do too bad. Damage was at a minimal. There was power outages, there were trees down, there were homes damaged, there was flooding that happened. So there was definitely damage done to the area, but all things considered, Central Florida apparently did not do too bad in the storm. Definitely a lot better than the Gulf Coast that was hit just like at full force by the hurricane. They definitely did not do very well. But this whole area here got completely flooded out. And from what I was hearing from locals, even before the hurricane came through, a lot of people were saying at the post office that they were not even worried about the winds and all that stuff. They said they're not super concerned about the winds coming through. They're not actually concerned about the hurricane in of itself. They were concerned about flooding afterwards. And from what I was hearing again from the people at the post office who were talking, and I was talking to, and I was listening to their conversations about flooding, they were saying that this happens after, like days, weeks after the actual hurricane comes through, because the ground gets so saturated with water from all that rain and it needs somewhere to go. And it goes into the ground, it goes into little areas like this, little retention ponds like this, but that water still needs to go somewhere. So over time, it saturates into the ground and then finds its way to lakes, rivers, streams, things like that. And then those lakes, rivers, and streams, they start to creep up and they start to flood. So this kind of thing actually happens after the storm. This is residual storm damage right here. This is all the water we had from the hurricane coming through, saturating into the ground, and then finding its way to places like the Emerald Lakes. And then the water rises up and these homes, unfortunately, get destroyed. So any of these houses that actually made it through the hurricane with either no damage or minimal damage, they then had to worry about all the water slowly over the next couple of days creeping up. And the lady was saying that this is pretty much what the water's been at. She said it was maybe about an inch and a half higher at one point, but now it's gone down not very much. It's still pretty much what it has been since its highest point. So pretty crazy that this whole area has flooded out. She seemed very positive though. I was talking to her a little bit about storms coming through. She said this was the worst that she's ever seen it. She's lived out here for many, many, many years. And she says that this was the worst damage that she has ever seen to this area, the worst flooding she has ever seen in this community before. But she was saying that just things are getting crazy down here. The storms are getting more crazy. But she was keeping a positive attitude. She definitely had the power of positivity. She said, but we're going to pull through. We're going to do what we can do. We're going to fight the storms and try to do the best. She was saying, she's like, I know there's nothing we really can do when it comes to storms coming through the area. It is what it is. Mother Nature, you can only fight it so much. But she said that we will do what we have to do to prevail. And she's doing that right now. She's kayaking out to her home. So again, I brought you guys out here a little bit over a month ago to show you the awesome lighthouse that sits out there that I was hoping to actually get out to today, but we cannot. This whole area here is completely flooded. We cannot drive through here. And the other entrance over there is also completely flooded out. We cannot drive through there. I checked both sections. I drove over there. You can actually get through a little bit over there. If your home is like right at the entrance, you're kind of okay. But once you're like 4 houses down, the road is just completely washed out. It's completely flooded out. So you're not actually getting to any of those houses back in that area there. So you cannot actually drive down to the lighthouse, to any of that stuff. The lady was also saying that they evacuated everybody in the community. So I don't know where all these people are at the moment, but apparently a lot of these people aren't actually living in their homes at the moment. This whole area was evacuated. Maybe they're letting people back in now. I don't know. The roads are still closed off. They still have them all barricaded off and coned off. So they don't want people driving through this, which makes sense because I'm assuming that that's probably all the farther you're going to make it before you just get in deeper and deeper water and then in deeper and deeper trouble with trying to actually drive through that. So they definitely don't want people driving through here. I guess if you have a boat, maybe you're good to go. You can see some of these houses do have docks and they do have boats up on them. So maybe those people were able to actually take their boats over to their homes. Or again, if you have a kayak, you can take your kayak over to the houses. This house here, you can see the roof was actually blown up on it. It's kind of blown up over onto itself. So definitely some wind damage done to that home there, and definitely water damage done as well. Thankfully, the lighthouse is still standing. There's a little mini lighthouse out here. I never even knew they had the mini lighthouse. That's pretty cool. I also got word that the lighthouse does indeed light up. When we were out here a little bit over a month ago, there was a man we met, and he was saying that the lighthouse does light up. And I thought to myself, I wonder, is that guy maybe a little bit off his rocker, or is he correct? I mean, he lives out here. He should know, right? But the lighthouse did not look like a lighthouse that would actually function, that would actually light up. It does. The lighthouse actually blinks on and on at night, which is pretty awesome. So the lighthouse does still stand. It's still leaning a little bit. I don't know if it's leaning more than it was before. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping the wind and the water did not damage the lighthouse too much. But more importantly, I hope the water and the winds did not damage the homes too much. Again, the lady I was talking to, she did say that her house did receive some water damage. A lot of these houses did actually get water damage, but hopefully it was at a minimal. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Hopefully whatever repairs are needed to be made will be made. Hopefully insurance, I know it's Florida, insurance can be a little weird down here, but hopefully insurance will actually cover the damage that was done, and these people will be okay. They will pull through, their homes will be all right, and hopefully everybody is safe and sound. That is what is most important. You can see all the boats over there. They're actually tied up to a dock, and the dock is underwater at the moment. In fact, on the other side of the homes over there, this is what I first noticed as I was driving down the highway. The docks on the other side of those houses, it's gone. I mean, it's still there. The dock is still there because you can see like the tops of some like bars that were built onto the dock. Those are still there, but the water's about halfway up to the top of like the bars that were built onto the dock. So that is how high the water is in some spots, where it's completely covered the docks. You can't even get to them. Because I thought at one point maybe I could walk out on the dock and walk out towards the lighthouse. But again, the dock's not even there anymore. You can't even get to it. You can't walk out on it. This whole area is just completely flooded out. So wanted to pull over, wanted to take a look at this, wanted to document this, wanted to show this to you guys, wanted to show you the residual damage of the hurricane, and to say that some people, no pun intended, still aren't out of the water yet. That even like 3 weeks later, 2.5 weeks after Hurricane Milton came through, there are still people who are dealing with the aftermath of the hurricane, and people who are still dealing with things like this, water flooding the area. Thankfully, again, the water has apparently gone down a little bit, but only a little bit. The lady said about an inch and a half is all the water has gone down since it was at its highest. So the water is receding. It is going down at this moment, but very, very slowly. But hopefully very soon people can get back to their lives. People who live out here will be able to get back into their homes, drive out to their homes, and they will be able to continue their lives as per usual. And hopefully any damage that was done to these houses will be at a minimal, and they'll be able to fix them up, and everything will be good as it once was before Hurricane Milton came through the area. But again, I wanted to pull over, wanted to document this, wanted to show this to you guys, wanted to show you just how bad the flooding was here at the Emerald Lakes community. Just so much water, so much flooding. Pretty crazy. Again, this whole area was evacuated. They did evacuate the community, told everybody they had to leave, and rightfully so due to the rising water. But all right, guys, wanted to pull over, wanted to check this out. I hope everybody's safe and sound. Hope the lady kayaking out to her home, hope she's good. Again, very friendly lady, very nice lady, very positive lady. I appreciate her sort of power of positivity attitude she had going. She did not seem too down and out about the storm. She's like, it is what it is. I live in Florida. We deal with these kinds of things. We'll do what we have to do to power through, to strengthen through. And she seemed very positive about everything. She apparently has 2 cats in her house right now. She had to go out and feed. She had a kayak to go out and feed. All right, guys. Hopefully everybody watching is safe and sound. I thought at this point, like 2.5, 3 weeks later, everybody would pretty much be safe and sound, or I was hoping everybody would be safe and sound, but it looks like there might still be people dealing with the hurricane. So hopefully if you did deal with the hurricane, if you did deal with Hurricane Milton that came through, hopefully you pulled through, you're okay. Hopefully your house is doing well right now. Hopefully you and your family and your home and everybody is doing well right now. But if you are still dealing with the residuals from the hurricane, I hope you're doing well. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully you guys pulled through. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Just wanted to pull over, wanted to check this out, wanted to show this off to you guys. The aftermath, residual flooding from Hurricane Milton from about three weeks ago here at Emerald Lakes. Just a little over a month ago, we were standing out there. We were taking pictures of the lighthouse, talking about the lighthouse. I was standing up there on the bridge. This whole area, it looked beautiful. It looked amazing. Weather was perfect. You could get to all that stuff. You could go out there. You could walk out there. You could drive out there. Now, unless you got a kayak or a boat, you're not getting out there. So, all right, guys, that is gonna do it. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Also hit that join button and become a member of this channel and gain early access to all my videos. All that stuff helps support the show, keeps the show going. So I really do appreciate the help, really do appreciate the support. And if you guys watch this video all the way to the very end, hashtag, you know what? We're gonna go with that lady right there. Hashtag power of positivity. We're gonna do a power of positivity hashtag today, because that lady, again, who I spoke to, the lady who pulled up here, was telling me all about the damage, was telling me about her having a kayak out to her house. Again, she was very, very positive, very upbeat, was not down and out about the flooding, about what is happening here. So let's say hashtag power of positivity if you guys watch this video all the way to the very end. But all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. All right, one last shot of the flooding here at the Emerald Lakes community with the epic awesome lighthouse. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.